Ed Sheeran's Overpass Graffiti. On Flow Morning Show, we're taking a look at food for fraud. It's a problem that needs to be tackled. $3 billion of lost productivity. And finding the answers could be food for thought, but unfortunately, food for fraud is causing a lot of issues. Globally, it's a significant challenge, but in Australia, our producers could be losing between $2 and $3 billion a year. Now, this is the view of a report from AgriFutures. Our food and fibre products are highly vulnerable to food fraud. Now, when I saw this headline, I went, wow, that's an interesting thing. We might need to have a look at this. Things like beef and veal, wine, fish and molluscs are identified in the high-risk categories. About 700 million to 1.3 billion a year. But then you add to that sheep meat, dairy products, wheat, wool and horticulture sectors, and they reckon another 700 million there. Combining those figures together, you get a significant challenge for our farmers and for those that are producing our food locally. And here's why. Our quality food and fibre can have somebody come in and adulterate, conceal, counterfeit, dilute, mislabel and substitute. Now, they're the frauds on our food. But put simply, product fraud deceives consumers by providing them with a lower quality product against their knowledge. Incidents of product fraud are commonly linked to shortages or constraints in the supply and raw material issues. AgriFutures Australia Manager Rural Futures Georgie Townsend said that ultimately it's producers and businesses along the supply chain who lose out through the lower returns and risks to brand reputation. Farmers can't combat this issue alone. A coordinated supply chain approach is needed if we are to overcome the multi-billion-dollar problem here in Australia. The Director of Deakin University Centre for Regional and Rural Futures, Professor Rebecca Lester, said product fraud is on the rise and is already causing significant harm to our reputation for high-quality goods. Guaranteeing a product's origins can be costly, but authenticity testing places emphasis on early detection and prevention rather than responding to problems that occur, said Professor Lester. Fortunately, technology has come a long way and avenues now exist to guarantee product authenticity. That they've got things like analytical testing of the product itself, technology such as the next generation DNA sequencing, DNA chips and lab-on-chip technology offer great potential for effective, low-cost and rapid on-site solutions for a broad range of authenticity testing of our products. Many producers are not even aware of the risk of their products being frauded, and when the product leaves the farm or goes off on a boat, it could cost them dearly. Industry must arm itself with better information about what to look for and the strategies they need to have to respond in confronting fraudulent activity. And it could save our sector $3 billion, which would go a long way from, say, lifting from $61 billion of turnover on our food and fibre production to, say, 64 in a year. $3 billion is a significant amount. I guess if you're going to the $100 billion, $3 billion is 3% increase. And I guess there's got to be some pretty obvious examples of labelling laws. Remember, there was a labelling Senate inquiry that went on that Senator Corey Bernardi, when he was appearing on this program, told us about. And he was stridently trying to get larger labelling of country of origin when things were coming into Australia, when foods were being mixed and then were being canned or processed here, or when food from here was being taken from here, canned and processed elsewhere and then brought back to Australia, or when food come in from a third-party country, some say China sent food to New Zealand and then they then sent it on here and said product of New Zealand rather than product of China. Those sorts of things are what defrauds our farmers. We want to be buying the Bird's Eye brand. You want to be buying the Edgell beetroot. You want to be looking at the labelling and seeing that your bacon is 100%. I go for a bacon from Batoshi because it's packed and it's made. My ham this year is 100% from Batoshi. That is how you do it. It could be from Barossa Fine Foods, or it could be from another maker in Australia. But be careful that Australian makers also mix pork and other products from overseas, and therefore you just need to watch that labelling and look at it. And sometimes it's really small, right down the bottom, 24% Australian bacon. No, not having it. I want my bacon to be 99%. Maybe the only thing that's not from Australia is a bit of the plastic or something like that, or a label that is being put on the outside of the package that may well have had print ink coming from China or somewhere. You know what I'm saying, don't you? You want to make sure that what you buy, there is no food for fraud.